to the lady and gentlemen of the panel. Thank you so much for staying the course. So you had that conversation peak at the issue of freedom of the press, freedom of expression, and you had BKO and Mr. Boala saying things have improved remarkably. Dr. Bella, I want to hear from you about what your thoughts are as regards this.
Well, I think I disagree a little bit with the opinion of the last speaker with respect to freedom of expression. 26 years or 25 years after, I don't think we should have a situation where the civic space is still being shut down as if we are still in the military. I was surprised because if you are not talking about what we are seeing in the last 1 year, 2024, we have several records of journalists arrested at different times, you know, in this country. And if we're talking about human rights, we can't look at it from a point of during military was more systemic, and now we can see quite a number also. So even if it's not as bad as what we're seeing during the military regime, we can still see a number, Adejuwon, Soyinka, First News, Daniel. So we can count about like 5 or 6. And if we're saying that we have shifted from the military rule, we shouldn't be talking about that in 2024. And we have also seen situations where even television houses, you know, are being shut down, you know, as we go along. So if we look at it, I don't think this is a good development in democracy, and it's important, you know, for us to pick up some of this conversation, because if part of what we are saying today is charting a way forward for the country, it's important for us to be sincere, you know, about our assessment of where our democracy is, because if we don't do that, then that means what we're doing is to chart our path, you know, backward. And also to speak about what the whole idea about whether Amnesty International reports is Western. How? Amnesty International is reporting the security situation for some of us who work in Maiduguri. We know about some of the situations that they are reporting. So for me, I think in terms of wanting to move forward, you know, in a democracy, we rather listen to reports that are credible. Amnesty International is one of the most credible reports in the whole world. So it has nothing to do with Nigeria. And talking about what is happening in New York and talking about what's happening in Los Angeles today, if we put that side by side with what we saw in NSAS, during NSAS, it's quite ridiculous that in Nigeria, after 1999, we are still having the kind of backlash we see when people have right to protest, even the end bad governance. This happened not quite. This is 2024. I'm in court against the government for that. You got people, rather than giving people that freedom of assembling an association, you asked them to go to a particular place. We went to those places. We had police tear gassing and shooting and dragging people out of the place. So what manner of democracy is that? So I think it's important for us in this kind of discussion to be very open and know that whatever we're contributing to the development of the...
Mr. Bola, you're hearing that there are still concerns within the civil society